from Bonnie's Creative Place. I know I haven't been on here in a while, and I haven't done a video in a while, so hopefully this isn't too choppy or too bad on you. But I'm going to show you guys how to make this pop-up snowman card. Or snowman. I'm not doing a whole card. I'm just showing you how to make the actual pop-up. So this sits down like this, and then when the recipient gets it in the mail, it pops up like that. And so it's really cute. It's fun. This is the very first one I made, but then I made like 7 or 8 more, and to send out to some special people for Christmas. So I am going to do a video on how I did these little snowman cards, because you can still send a snowman in the middle of the winter to somebody to cheer their day up. So let's get started on how I did this card. First of all, you need some dies. Now these dies are a little bit of an investment, so I just want to let you know, and they do not come from Stampin' Up. These dies are by Karen Birchton. If I'm saying her last name right, I will make sure I put it on the screen for you. You need die set number 19, which is called Bitty Ball Pop-Up, and that is for the head, the very top of the snowman. And what the part is, where did I, oh, it's right here. It's this. This is the part that you will need, this metal part out of there. And then you are going to need the mini ball pop-up, and it is number 20. And the craft die set, there's 20 pieces in this set. And it's called the mini ball pop-up. And then you need the craft die set that has 16 in it, and you need the surprise ball pop-up. Now the mini is the middle one, and the big one is the surprise ball pop-up. And then you're also going to need the snowman add-ons, and this is a 10-piece set, and that is all these little add-ons. It's the nose, the scarf, the hat, the everything else. Now you're thinking, you know, well, this, if you get looking into this, this is a pretty, you know, big investment into it, but there's so many other things you can do. I just want to show you, I created my own turkey to make him bounce down and bounce up. This was my prototype. The original one I sent out, the other one I sent out to somebody, so this has got a lot of little frawls and nicks in it, but you can make a little turkey. I just ordered this one where you can make a penguin and a reindeer, and then Rudolph, and then a regular reindeer or a moose. This might be a moose. I'm not really 100% sure. And you can turn these into your own creation. There's so many other ones out there. There's ducks. There's all sorts of stuff. So if you do like this type of thing to have, I would suggest, you know, maybe investing in some of the other things too. So now what you're going to need to make this card. You are going to need, I use Stampin' Up's paper and product. So you are going to need 2 sheets of basic white 8.5 by 5.5 cardstock. Now if you have a die cutting machine, I have the Sizzix electric die cutting machine, and if you have a big mat like this, 1 whole sheet will fit on here, and you can get all 3 of the pieces out. Now if you don't have a die cutting machine, then you're going to have to cut them in half, and then you will have to use it in the regular crank one, and that will, you will get the same amount. You'll just have to use the crank one and cut them in half. That's how I did these. Now every set of these, I'm going to put it out here, every single one of these sets has 2. You need to cut this, pretend this was this big one, you need to cut this twice. So here I've got 1 and I got 2. So these 2 I needed to cut 2 times, and that's so that when you put it together, when I'll show you, you have 2 of them. Then also for each one, this is going to be some reinforcement stuff. Now I haven't done all the trimming on this one yet. All you need is this top part right here. We're going to cut on that line, and then you need 4 of them because you need 2 for each piece. So you need 2 for this, and then you need 2 of these little pieces also. And I've left one together here to show you what I mean. Let me get one out here also. If you look at the dies, they're all the same. On the backs of the dies, they have this one as a little slit here, and it has like a little dot there. That is where your rubber band is going to end up going into to make the card do its popping stuff once you put it together. So when you need some reinforcement here. I don't know if doing this all in thick paper, if it will pop as good. I just followed the directions and it said to put some reinforcements here. So I did the thick paper just for here and here. And I only did it in these 2 spots. So I didn't use extra here or anywhere else. So what you need to do is you need to cut yourself 6 pieces of 3 by 4 1/4. And you will get all the ones that you need out of each one of those. So here is what I did. I put the die down and I put it down, the piece of paper right here. I put it over top of this area like this in the die cutting machine. Then I took the little triangle, or it's like a, I don't know, whatever that shape is. I took that little shape and I put it inside there so that when you die cut this out, you will have the top piece that you need, and then you'll also have the other reinforcer that you need. So that's all you need when you cut these out for the pieces. So this is the different pieces here. Then you're going to need the snowman pieces. And if you're only making one. I'm giving you the pieces that you need if you're making one snowman. Now, obviously, if you're making multiple, make the paper longer, however you want to do that. You will need 1 piece of black paper that is 8.5 by 2.5. And you will get all your black pieces out of it. This is the piece that I have. I've got the hat here, I got the buttons and the nose, all the mouth pieces there. So that's all you need for your hat. For your antler piece, you only need a piece that is 2 3/4 by 1 3/4, and that is just for these little antlers. Now obviously if you're gonna, or not antlers, I'm already thinking I can turn this into something else. This is for your hands, your sticks, your little arms on your guy. So this is for your sticks. So you just need a little piece that is 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. Now obviously if you're going to make multiple, just cut one big piece at 2 3/4 and then just keep putting it down through and you'll get several of them. Use a piece of the scrap of the regular basic white that you cut out these from, because you'll have some scraps left, to cut yourself a snowflake, because you will need a snowflake in there. Then also you need a scrap piece for a carrot for the nose, so you're just going to need a scrap piece for that. And then you need a piece of designer series paper that is 1.5, I didn't write it down, but it's 1.5 by 6, and that ends up cutting out all your scarf pieces and your little hat, the piece that goes on top of the hat. So that is all you need to make one snowman. Now I'm going to do off camera, I'm going to put a couple of these together, and then I'm going to put one together with you on camera, just to save time and that you don't have to sit and watch me put every single one of these together. So I will be back in just a few minutes. Okay everybody, I am back and I'm going to show you how to assemble one of the balls, how to get it assembled. So I do not know why they have this part on here. Maybe somebody else knows that could inform me, but every time me and my best friend put one of these together, these little flabby things were in the way from making it pop up. So we cut them off and we had no issues. So that is what I'm going to do. Maybe they're good for another project, but I'm not really sure. So we just go ahead and I just went ahead and I cut them off. So on both sides, on both of the pieces. Okay, so I've already done this one. So this one's already done. So you want to do it on both of them. Then you want to get rid of that. Get that out of the way. And then on this piece right here that I told you about, you just, there's a little like score line right there from where it cuts out. I don't know if it's going to pick it up in the camera, but there's a little score line there. You want to cut that off. Right on that line. You can go a little bit above it if you want. That also will help. So now you have, and do that to all 4 of them. Now I already put this one together, so I'm just going to put this one together with you and then finish assembling so you know what I'm doing. Okay, so you've got the parts cut off. Now you've got to figure out which one goes which way. See how that one is got the angle that way, and this one has the angle this way. So what you want to do is you want to put this down. Now I've gone ahead and I've put glue on the wrong side when I was doing the other one. So that was my mistake. So I'm taking this powder. Well, it's I don't know what it's called, but they sell it with the embossing stuff. And Stampin' Up! In different places. And I'm going to dab this up with this so that that becomes unsticky. I let it sit and dry, and now I've dabbed it all up, so now it's not sticky anymore, so I can continue to use this. This is very handy when you're making this. I just thought I would tell you. I'll explain more when we start assembling it. Oh, grab my tweezers. I love these tweezers that you can hold onto this. Now, this is the way it's got to go down. So you want, click on there. You want to go ahead and you want to add, make sure I'm in the camera. Okay. It's been a minute since I videoed, so you want to go ahead and put just a little bit of glue on there. And then you want to go ahead and you want to put this. This is the reinforcer that you want to put over top of that, just like that. Then you want to take another one of these reinforcers and you want to put glue. There's a right side and a wrong side to these. Definitely make sure, see how these score lines are on the outside? That side you want down. The ones where you want to be putting these on the inside of the ball. This is the inside, and the ones where you can really see the score lines, that's the outside. So you want to be putting these on the inside. And I'll explain why. If you don't, I will show you here in just a second what will happen. It's not a thing you can't fix, but you just don't. Well, you'll see here when I show you after I get this down. Okay, we're going to put this on this side. And I'm lining up this all with the little hole, the lines, everything there. And then again, we're going to put this other reinforcers. Now this is just reinforcement for the wall, for caving in wise. And then you got reinforcement where the rubber band will go when we put this together. So now we have both pieces. This is the outside where the score lines are, and then this is the inside where the inside where you're going to put all your reinforcements. Now, if you're like me in the very first ball when I was putting everything together, getting it ready for you guys, I made a mistake and I put it on the outside. So what happens is then you have this where you have a square on the outside, but there's no square here. So what I did was I cut out another one of these squares and I just put it on this side. So now I have 2, and this is where my face will be. So it's not going to be like really bad or unnoticeable or anything. Now, another good thing to have are some of these clips. Whatever, I have medium and then you have real small ones. Either one of them will work. Then you're going to score all this. So you're going to score it. I score it by hand. I score it right where we did the reinforcements. I fold it inward. This one here, you want to fold it out and then back in. So just twice on that one. And then this one here, we're going to just keep scoring all these all the way around. This one towards you, and then fold this one in, and then fold it out. And then we're going to do this one, and then this one. I just do it by hand. Now this up here, try to get it, because there's a little score line on them right there. Try to get it so that it stays even. It's not perfectly even. It's okay. It's not the end of the world. It's a homemade snowman, so it's okay. But if you take your time, you can get it. It's easier with the big one, but with the smaller ones, sometimes they can go a little wonky. So just to let you know. Put a snowman away. So, okay, so then what you're going to do is you're going to take the 2 sides that are the same. So this one is going this way and this one is going this way. You want to take both sides, kind of line them up a little bit, just the 2 sets, then just give a glance at this and make sure that you have one of these tabbies on this side and one of these tabbies on this side. So you're taking the 2 right sides. So this is the right side and this is the right side. And you're going to put them together like this, okay? And you're lining up this part. So what I use is, when I put this stuff together, I use my Sweet Petunia glue gun thing here. I put Tombow glue in this. So I use this glue to fill it. I love this glue. It's quick, it's fast drying, and so that's what I put inside this. And I'm using the what do you call it? The fine tip. I'm using the fine tip. So we have these 2 lined up. So you're just going to put a little bit of glue. Oh, I think I'm getting to the end of glue here. You're going to put a little bit of glue around on this. And then you're going to line these 2 up and you're going to pinch them together like this. Then you're going to take one of your tools here. You're going to put it on, but open it up and make sure these are evened up together like that. Okay? Now, when I'm doing all these together, I will do this and then I'll go and do it to the medium one. Then I'll come back to this. So this has a little bit of time to dry. But what also I wanted to tell you why that's sitting there drying for a second. When you are doing these, when you're all done, this may have a little bit of sticky here. Take this powder. If you don't have one of these, you can use a little cornstarch, flour, powder, whatever you got. Put it on your finger and just rub it across. But just dab this on these to get any sticky that you might have on here. Another thing it's good for is if you're using, because you're using a lot of glue here and you're putting stuff together, put it on your fingers. So that way when you're working with the next, when you're touching this, it's not transferring to the white. Those are things I learned when I did my first one. So I just want to let you know. So then you're going to take this, and now it's fine. It's glued together. Take your rubber band. You're going to just put this, kind of separate this a little bit and slide it all the way over into that little hole. So it's like that. Now, I don't know if zoom, I think I'm just going to hold it up to you because I think it'd be better than trying to zoom it in. Now we're going to take these other two ends and we're going to bring them around and we're going to put them together like this. So you're going to go ahead, you're going to put a little bit of glue right on here. You're going to bring this over, you're going to line them up like so. I like to hold it, oh, I'm sorry if I was off camera. I like to hold it for a minute or so to kind of get it a little, like, this is like a tacky glue, to just kind of get it to secure itself for a little bit. Then I take it and I squish it like this, and I put one of these things on it. After you let it clip and dry, before you start gluing all these parts closed, you got to get the rubber band on the other side. So you want to take this rubber band, bring it over, and you want to make sure it doesn't get twisted or nothing. I'll show you when I get it on here. And you're going to put it on, and you're going to pull it over so that it's in that hole. And then, well, I'm not there yet. Am I there now? Nope. And you're just going to keep pulling it because you don't want to separate your piece. It's a little tricky. There. Now I got it. Now, see how I have that? I put it on both. Hope the camera's picking it up. I have it on both sides now. So now it's on both sides. So now what you want to do is you want to take this and you want to stretch it out and collapse it. And this is where you want to make sure you have both of these on here, because this helps hold it flat, like I said, so that you can glue it. Otherwise, you have to hold it down. And see how even with this holding it, it still wants to try to pop up on me. But now I can hold it like this. And now what I do is I kind of separate these two and get them like ready to go, like that. Then I take my glue and I put a little glue here. You don't need a lot. And a little glue there. And then you want to take, see how that's already trying to pop up on me? And then you're going to take these and you're going to flop them down in here. And this is where you may get a little glue on yourself. So that's why I said, you know, because if you see anything oozing out or whatever, like right there, I want that off from there. So I'm going to, I got glue on me. So I'm going to put this on here. I'm going to dab my fingers in this little thing so that I don't get it all over my card. So my hands might end up looking powdery, but in the end, it helps with the card. So now we're going to go to the next one. And this is, I'm just putting these little things on here to help me. You could probably use little clothespins if you have them. Whatever you have. And then I'm going to push this down. And I could see there I got a little something. If you have, what did I do with it? Right here. If you have one of these blocks, I don't know, Stampin' Up! Don't sell them anymore, but they used to. But I know they sell these at the Dollar Tree. You can come in here and I don't know what it's called, but it's a little block and it gets off goop. So if you do get some on your card where you don't want it to be because you touched it or whatever, still got another little piece there, you can use this to help get it off. And that's how I go about doing that. That one's probably ready. And then you have your little ball. And then you can just put this down and boing! And they bounce all over. And it's a lot of fun and it's really cute. Okay, so now we're going to assemble this together. I try to find my best spot for my card. A lot of times it happens to be where the rubber bands are. So I just try to find my best spot that you like. And I'm going to use this spot here. I think that's my best spot. Then you're going to grab your medium. Now, like I said, I did these off camera. And again, try to find your best spot. It may not be the rubber band one in this case, but it is. I'm going to now put the glue on the bottom of this one. all around. And then I'm going to squash this one down. And I'm going to line it up. Do I have the right spot that I wanted? Yep. And I'm going to line it up with this one the best I can. And then I'm going to squash that one down. And then I'm going to sit here and I'm going to hold it for a few minutes. And then you can set it up. And now you have the 3 balls together to start to form a snowman. So now we're going to put all our parts on it. First, let's go ahead and assemble the hat. So you got your circle piece, and then you got this. Then you need your snowflake. And then in the set with the scarves, there's one piece. I'll try to get the other ones out here so you could see. There's one piece that's bigger. See how that piece is bigger? I should get this in the camera view, make sure you guys have it. That piece is bigger than the rest. This piece is the piece you need for the scarf, the bigger piece. So we're going to put these 2 back in here, and we're just going to work with these. So I thought I had an eye out, but I guess I don't. So now we need our tweezers. I definitely recommend a pair of tweezers for this. I always like to do a dry run because you want to make sure that you're putting it down the right way. So, you know, it has a funny shape, so you want to make sure you use it. I like to always test because, you know, I could be putting it on the wrong way or putting the glue on the wrong way. So now we're just going to add some glue. Get my little mat here in case I get some glue squirts out or anything. And then I'm going to put this right down here on the bottom. Now there's 2 little score lines on this hat. I'll see if it'll show from the other side. Well, it won't. But there's 2 little score lines because you're going to end up bending these. But you want to put this right to the top of those 2 score lines. Right like that. Okay? Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to stick this inside your hat. Like that. Okay? So I just went ahead, took this piece, which looks like this, and it doesn't matter which way, either way, stick it inside the hat. Alright? Now you're going to flip it over, and you're going to push one way, and one the other way. So see how I have one going one way, and one going the other. The little tabs. So now you're going to go ahead and you're going to put glue. Since this one is up, we're going to put glue on that side. We're going to hold it down. And then we're going to pull this one back for a minute. And we're going to put glue on that side. And we're going to hold it down. So now we have glue. And I have glue where I don't want it. And I'm going to dab it just a little bit. Because on the black it'll show. So you just want to be careful. There you go. Okay, so now we have our hat, so it looks like this. And then we're going to take our snowflake. I see I still have a few little pieces here in my snowflake. So I'm going to pop them out quick. There we go. Oops. And we're just going to add a little bit of glue to your snowflake on here. I'm just going to add a tiny bit here and there, and then I'm going to place it right here, just like so. I just placed it on the hat like so. Just kind of hold it down. Okay, now I'm going to let that sit for a minute so that we can decorate this more without the hat being in the way. So what I like to do is I like to add the carrot. I think the carrot gives me a good center point for where all my other pieces, My snowman seems to want to be tipping. I don't know, gives it character. So there's a little score line on this nose. I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up, but it's way up there. You want to score it back and forth either way. Now you can decide if you want to glue it down this way on the carrot on it or this way. I ended up going like this. You do not want it to go underneath this score line that's right here on the top. You don't want it to go underneath. You want it to be above it when you glue it down. So you're just going to take a little bit of glue and you're going to glue it down like so. And you are going to put this right like that. Okay? So that's where I put the nose. So I'm going to do that. And then we want to do the same thing to this side. Just a little bit of glue on the end. And then put it right tight to the scarf, about center. And then just hold them there for a second. And if you think you put too little glue, you may want to, you know, play with it a little bit, pop it up and down, see if anything falls off. I take a gel pen, kind of get the thing going, make sure I got it coloring. Because sometimes this one does not want to color very well. That one doesn't want to play. There, this one does. And all I did was I did like a little line and then a little dot. I did a little line and a little dot. Just to give it, you know, or you could have done them both on the same side, but that's all I did. We're going to put glue on this because the hat brim is a little bigger. This is going to be the opposite of how you did the other ones. And then you're going to put your hat on, push it all down, and then just hold it. Hold it there, like this. Well, what I did, anyways, is I decorated my whole card and all that, my Christmas card that I sent out. Then I took this and I put this inside the card so it was like this. And then I ended up putting it in a bigger envelope, like I said, and I paid for it to be shipped, to have it shipped, so it didn't have to go through the roller because I didn't want anything to get damaged while it was in there. So I paid a little extra, but it was worth it for that. So then when they opened their card, this pops out at you. Is that not the coolest thing? I just love this little snowman. So this is how I made the pop-up snowman. I plan on doing some of the other things if you want to see. And like this was my little turkey when I did my turkey. Oh, my turkey. This is the very first one I did, and I didn't have the right size rubber bands. See, if you don't have the right size rubber bands, this is what happens. The belly will go inside. So you want to make sure you have the right size rubber bands. So then I took the turkey. Now this I made up from using some of the other parts. So if you want to see this, let me know and I'll show you guys a video. But this one fits right in the card. So I attached this into the card when I was making it, and then I had it down so that when they opened it, it didn't pop out at them, it just popped up. So I literally attached it on the bottom with some glue dots and stuff, so it attached right in the card. So it was like that, so that it just stayed on there. But this turkey is one that I made using some of the different parts. My daughter's friend was at Basic, and he was there through Thanksgiving and stuff, so. But this is what happens. It'll suck in if you do not have the right rubber bands. And when I first made these, I didn't. That's another thing that is probably with this one. I didn't have the right size rubber bands. So we were compromising. But yeah. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this. If you have any questions, leave them in the description box below. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and all the good stuff. Thanks for stopping by, everybody. Bye-bye.